The perfect brunch song. The perfect brunch song.
That song, it's kind of crazy. We wrote that song in 2019. And it like when everything went into lockdown and quarantine happened, that song took on like a whole new meaning. It was just like, oh, yeah.
Did you find yourself like once quarantining happened and we were all stuck inside, did you find yourself sleeping in more? Or did you like wake up earlier? Like, how did your routine change?
There was like a cycle. I feel like everybody was on a similar cycle for a while. Like at first it was almost like, oh, cool, vacation. And so it was like Zoom happy hours with your pals and like not wearing normal clothes ever and like sleeping in every day. And then, yeah, like a few weeks in, it got real. And then it was like, okay, I can't keep doing this.
I need a purpose in life.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, if you guys have any questions for Alex, feel free to chat on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, I want to know, since we're doing the brunch thing, what would like be, you're going with like, say you're going with a group of friends.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some omelets, some white egg, some egg white sandwich, like what I have here, basic nice. Over here. What soundtrack comes to your mind? Like what music do you associate brunch with? Like what's like an artist? What's like an artist you want to hear it like while brunching?
That's a really good question. You know what? The new Anderson .Paak Bruno Mars song. I know the whole project's not out yet.
How good is that song?
That song has changed my life already. It's only been out a couple days. Yeah. But like that 100% I just listened to that 20 times, I think.
It's so funny because we were listening to it last night and I get the total 70s vibe. And if you're on this Zoom right now and you haven't heard it, give yourself some time and try not to get pregnant listening to it.
It's called Leave the Door Open, right?
Leave the Door Open. It's so different and weird and awesome and fun and sexy. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
What's the project called? It's
Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. Silk Sonic. So good.
I like that. So when was your last like live show?
Man, it was really right before lockdown. We were gearing up to put this album out and it came out in April of 2020. And right before that, we dropped a couple songs from the record already, and we were starting to make our way around the country. Like we were doing promo and flew to London, played a show there. We came back to our hometown and played like a venue called the Auto Bar that we grew up playing in. It's like a small like 400 cap club, and I think that was the last show, honestly, that we played. So it was kind of like there was a beautiful kind of local hometown thing that I'm glad we got to experience before everything shut down. But yeah, it would have been nice to get, we had like some real shows on the docket, and it was like, it would have been nice to get to those for sure.
So you have yet to play Monsters live?
Never done it. In front of a crowd, never done it.
So that's like a reason to wake up every morning, because dude, as soon as whatever that show is, and we all know because we're all huge fans, like in front of the all-time low fan base, like Monsters it's just going to be next level, because you guys have always been, in my opinion, a very big live band. Like you guys, like you guys thrive on being that presence where you got the energy and the music. So throw in like a huge top 40 hit where everybody's going to be, it's just going to be a sing along. I feel like there's going to be a moment, maybe it's in Chicago, where you're just going to like back away. You're just going to back away with your guitar from the microphone. And like everybody, it's just going to be it's going to be like a sing along. It's going to be awesome.
I am like so looking forward to, being able to not just play Monsters, but any song in front of a crowd. But yeah, that moment is going to feel so good. I mean, because I've done countless performances now. We did some live stream shows. I've done a bunch of these like Zoom acoustic performances, and it's amazing because it's such a nice outlet to still be able to perform for people. It's like my lifeblood. It's what I love doing. And so it keeps me in a good headspace. And I feel very lucky that I still have an outlet this way. But yeah, I mean, like the one thing that's so different about it is not hearing the voices of the people in the crowd kind of scream it back at you. There's such an energy and sort of the back and forth between artist and audience. And it's just like, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, we're all ready for it, man. Everybody here is obsessed with music and live music and seeing you guys, man. We are so ready for it. Yes. Give us a fun story about your travels. Like, I'm guessing you've worked with everybody because what, like Warped Tours
Yeah.
and the festivals, like the Lollapaloozas of the world. Give us like a fun, like one story that maybe, you know, not many people know of that, um, you know, maybe you were like chilling with like other artists, because I love the camaraderie of
Oh,
bands.
for sure.
So is there like something like, I don't know, maybe you guys in Blank or like you and another artist that we wouldn't expect?
I mean, oh, there's so many good ones. And it's exactly that. It's like, you know, you get to these, especially some of these festivals where it's like you have a chance to play with artists from different genres and kind of like bands and artists that you wouldn't necessarily see on a normal tour. And so there's a couple great ones. I mean, like going way back, probably at this point, like 10 plus years ago, we were headlining a show and it was in Jersey, just outside of New York. And opening up for us was a young upcoming pop star by the name of Justin. And he went out, did his thing, absolutely killed it. I mean, Bieber's like one of the most talented dudes. It goes out, crushes it. And at this point, he's like probably 12, I would say, 12 years old. And he walks off stage and we're like, dude, that was amazing. Like, well done. And we like at this point he was blowing up, but we hadn't heard of him yet. And so we were just like, dude, amazing. Great job. Like, good luck with everything. And we're all standing there and he's walking away, walking to his car. And he turns around, looks back over his shoulder, 12-year-old boy, and makes direct eye contact with our drummer, Ryan, who is probably 19, 20 at this point, and just goes, thanks, kid, and gets in his car. And from that moment on, I've always had mad respect for Justin Bieber, because for a 12-year-old to say that to like a 20-year-old man, it was so good. It was so good.
I live in and die by the mantra that Justin Bieber is God. Like he can do no wrong in my eyes. He's just such a I'm serious. Like he's such a talented artist, and he had a rough stretch, obviously, but don't we all? And yeah, like that's such a good story. That's such a good story.
It was epic.
Okay, so we had a couple questions here. Jingle My Balls show in Torrington. Jingle My Balls. That was the name of a show back
Apparently.
before we could say Jingle My Balls. That was like 2008, 9-ish. Do you remember that in like Connecticut-ish?
I think so. It sounds right. Sounds like I mean, I think it might have been there was a clothing brand out at the time called Glamour Kills. We were good friends with Marky, the owner of the company, and I think he might have put on a show in Connecticut. Yeah. And I think we were maybe at the top of the bill or one of the close to headlining. And yeah, it was a blast. What was the band? Nice local band from Marlboro. Who is the band?
Oh wait, was that your band? Oh, he performed with you.
No.
Okay. So
that's
there you go.
Sick. Well, good to see you again, man. That's rad.
Full circle. That's so fun. What about Chicago? Like, talk to us. I mean, we're Kiss FM Chicago. Like, what are your memories of Chicago, or what do you love about the city? And give us some insights on some memories.
I mean, Chicago, hands down, is one of my favorite cities in the States. I mean, it's like I love visiting. I love spending time there. You know, we carve days off out around shows to spend more time in Chicago. It's just a good place to be. But like, yeah, we've played, you know, every venue there is to play, from small to big in Chicago. I've gone to like football games, baseball games. It's just like everything about the city is so inviting, and it's like, yeah, it's great. What is it? It's Aragon Ballroom, right?
Yep,
yeah, I mean
that's a big one. Yep.
That place is just so epic. I love that place. I think we've played that place a few times, and it's I don't think we've ever had a bad show, ever. And then obviously like House of Blues Chicago, the one that's like suspended in midair and bounces when everyone jumps. The entire building moves. That's a unique experience.
I didn't realize how big of a music city Chicago was until I moved here almost 8 years ago. And literally, you're right. I think it's what it is it's those venues, right? Yeah. It's those rooms. It's the one-on-one experience. And what I've noticed is the fans of Chicago are extra. They're like so passionate. They know every word to every song, no matter who's on stage. So we can't wait for you to come back.
Oh man, I cannot wait. We'll be back like the second that we're allowed to get out there safely and play. I think Chicago will be one of the first cities that we want to hit for sure.
Awesome. We will see you then. Before we go, I need to know what you think of the phrase or the term emo. What does that mean to you? Does that mean, is it annoying? Do you care about it? Or is it like fun? Is it funny? Is it like you're mad at it? Like, what does emo mean to you?
You know, it's funny. Like when we first started out as a band, like it was kind of the emo thing was sort of like not happening anymore. It was like we were determined to be like punk or pop punk or pump like pop rock or whatever. And we were just like, no, we're not emo. We're not emo. And now obviously like with time, like the umbrella of what that genre is has like expanded to like encapsulate this whole world of music. Dude, at this point, I like, I don't care. I just think it's fun. And, you know, I like, it's cool that like all those bands that we all grew up listening to from that world, you know, the Fallout Boys, the Taking Back Sundays, like it's rad to see that kind of music is sort of having a resurgence in a moment again. You know, one of our earliest songs, the song Dear Maria Count Me In, just had this like whole thing happen on TikTok where people like brought it back from the dead. And it's like, you know, I can't be mad at that. Why would I possibly be mad at that? You know, it's like you got Derek Huff posting about it. It's like, okay, cool.
Pop culture. It's what we all lived with. It's what we listened to in our bedrooms with the doors closed and yelling at our moms to leave us alone.
Exactly.
Well, dude, hey, pleasure, awesome performance. We can't wait to see it actually live so you can hear our claps